Greetings and salutations, Visigoth here, and today I'm going to be doing another Neverwinter Foundry Quest review. This one is by sarkany69. Here's the shortcode, and it's called Part 1, Initial Attack. And it's actually part of a campaign. I don't remember what the campaign name is. It's not posted here yet. And yeah, I guess this is it so far. Here's the quest overview. You have heard a rumor around town that zombies are attacking one of Neverwinter's finer districts. They have the city guard cornered, with the few surviving citizens frightened and dying. They have the city guard cornered, with the few surviving citizens frightened and dying. I don't know, I think I would revisit this part right here where it says the few surviving citizens frightened and dying. It doesn't really flow really well with the rest of what's being said. I mean, it's not terrible, it's just enough that, you know, maybe change it around just a little bit. Ask one of the city guards about the rumor, and if the rumor is true. Yeah, see, and that can be rewritten. Ask one of the city guards about the rumor. Okay, so I would ask him about the rumor. This part right here where it's in addition to, you know, and if the rumor is true. You could reword that. You know, just have it ask one of the city guards about the rumor, and yeah, see, you don't need the, you could just have ask one of the city guards about the rumor, or, you know, just ask one of the city guards if the rumor is true, or if the rumors, you know, is plural, like, you know, like there's multiple parts to this rumor, are true. Get there and lend a hand before it's too late. Okay, well, see, I don't know, I would reword this part here too, where it says get there and lend a hand before it's too late. Because if I'm asking about the truth, you know, the validity of the rumor, well, what happens if the rumor turns out to be false? Then why would I get there and lend a hand? So either the rumor is unfounded, you know, it could be true, it could be false, or the rumor is true, and it's not really a rumor, you know, it's more of like a, I mean, it could still be a rumor, but, you know, it's a rumor based completely on fact kind of thing. And then you wouldn't need the, or then you could have the get there and lend a hand before it's too late. But this, I don't know, I would just revisit this last paragraph right here. Players 2 to 3 recommended. Oh shit. Oh my god, I think I made a note about this. I think the author told me that it was for, like, more people. I'm just me. It's just one player. So, oh shit, this is gonna suck. I'll give this a try, and if I can't do it, I'm actually on my alt. He's 27, and it's not an amazing class, and I don't have amazing gear. So if it's too difficult for me to do my alt, I'll try it on my main. And if all else fails, I guess I can roll a really low-level alt. Try it. Wow, 2 to 3 recommended. 4 to 5 may be too easy. Solo is possible with good gear. Also, the mobs won't have all their powers if you're low enough level, below approximately level 15 to 20. Wow. Part 2 in beta. Requesting reviews. Oh, see, that's strange, because when I actually click more by this author, it doesn't show up part 2. Yeah, I can't copy this. Here, take a real quick second to actually type this in. See if part 2 shows up. So this is why, even though I have, like, quests in beta, I prefer to actually socket them all under a campaign and just get it set up, you know, instead of, like, waiting until everything's perfectly finished and then putting it all together. I just do it as I go along. But, you know, that's personal preference. Alright, let's see if that works. Oh yeah, there it goes, part 2, Retaliation. It's weird though, when I search, I guess it's because the other one doesn't have any plays or something like that. Alright, this is my first attempt at a Foundry quest. I didn't want to put waypoints to certain things to make the player look a bit, rather than having, wait, okay, this is kind of a run-on that doesn't really make a lot of sense. This is my first attempt at a Foundry quest. Okay. I didn't want to put waypoints to certain things to make the player look a bit, rather than have everything pointed out. Yeah, see, that doesn't really... It's not very clear. I mean, I get that you're trying to say that the author wants to say that they didn't... that they have certain waypoints turned off because they wanted to cause the player to look for them. But the way it's written is a little weird. Sorry if that causes some frustration. Also, I know I'm terrible with my grammar. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty bad when it comes to... well, I wouldn't say bad. I'm awful when it comes to spelling, so my quests take quite a few passes to get the spelling right. And my punctuation isn't very amazing, so, I mean, you know, I try to be understanding. But I also take the time to go ahead and point out to the authors where I think the grammar could be better, and try to give examples of what I think would make it better. You know, just so it'd be helpful. So if you noticed any mistakes, feel free to let me know. Yep. Okay, let's go ahead and accept this. Initial attack. Ask one of the city guards about the rumors you heard. Yeah, see, that works. Yeah, I like that it's plural. Like that's what I was saying. You know, it's kind of like I didn't hear just one rumor, because it's never usually just one rumor. In reality, you know, it's kind of like word of mouth. Each time one person tells the story again, they always tell it slightly different. So you end up with like multiple variations of what might have been somewhat truthful. That's why I would revisit the quest description. It could be better. Guard Franco. Man, Guard Franco's popular. Thanks to another author, Samoro, thanks to his quest, I'll always think of Guard Franco as a a furry fetishist. He looks exhausted as he ran. Oh wow, that's terrible. He looks exhausted as though he ran from the other side of town and is only stopping to catch his breath. Yeah, so this really needs work. It would sound better if it was he looks exhausted, comma, as though he ran from the other side of town. Period. Wait, no. He looks... See, this is the hard part. Trying to actually, like, rewrite this without rewriting it, and while narrating and recording a video. It's very, very complicated. Okay, he looks exhausted, as though he ran from the other side of town. As though he... I don't know. He looks exhausted, comma. As though he ran from the other side of town. And has only stopped to catch his breath. Okay, wait, here we go. He looks exhausted as though he ran from the other side of town, and has only just stopped to catch his breath. I don't have time. I have to report to Sergeant Knox immediately. There needs to be some sort of reference to, like, me. If he's making this comment to me because I'm interacting with him, it would be much better if it was, I'm sorry, I don't have time right now. I have to report to Sergeant Knox immediately. Or, I don't have time for you. I have to report to Sergeant Knox immediately. That would be good. What's the matter? He stands at attention. Well, he's not standing at attention. The salute emote would be more like he stands at attention. High Street, on the other side of town, is under siege by the undead. That's a lot of commas. High Street, on the other side of town, is under siege by the undead. I mean, I guess it kind of works. It's a little awkward. The assault is relentless, and the defenses won't hold for long. It's like nothing we've seen. It's like nothing we've ever seen before. You can get rid of the ever. Just have it be, it's like nothing we've seen before. That sounds very serious. You look like you've seen a fair share of battles yourself. Why don't you report to Guard Captain Jenkins on High Street and see if you can help? I'll continue on and request for reinforcements. Yeah, that's not bad. That works. Alright, I'll do that. That sounds dangerous. Maybe you should find someone else for this job. Yes, I keep telling everybody this. Unless it, like, adds humor or, like, seriousness. I don't know. Unless it adds to the story. These, like, I'd almost call them frivolous dialogue options. You know, just having them there when they don't do anything is just kind of, it's frivolous. I'd get rid of them, but that's just my opinion. Alright, I'll do that. Like, I've been struggling, I've got a couple in one of my quests, and I've been struggling. It's like, oh, I kind of want to get rid of them because they are pointless. But at the same time, it's like they're written in a way that adds humor, so it's kind of like, it serves the function of adding humor, but is that good enough to keep it? Get to High Street, quickly. Yes, I would rewrite that and say, quickly, get to High Street. Yeah, I think that would be better. Oh, and here's High Street. Oh, you see, I would move it just a little bit so that it's not, like, I know what you don't see this when you're actually setting this up, but I want to point this out. Whenever someone has a quest and is actively tracking it, you get the little square box above it pointing out where it is. So take that into consideration when you're placing your marker, because you see it's overlapping tower district. It's overlapping tower district. So I'll just move it just a little bit down and to the right, so it's not overlapping. Then it looks like it's supposed to fit in. You know, kind of like how like this. You know, you'll notice all of these are placed just slightly so that if there is, although you know this one that they just added Gauntgram, it probably will overlap Whispering Caverns. So bad on them. You know, cryptic. But you know, it's just a small critique. I just like it when the stuff doesn't overlap. I think it looks more refined or more finished. Oh, I'm already starting to get cotton mouth. I'm gonna take some tea. It's an awkward statement. Take some tea, like it's an item that you claim possession over. Although I like how it sounds. Whoa, this is neat. Lots of NPCs. Okay. Ooh, look at the sky. Holy crap. There's some craziness going on here. So far, I like it. Wait. Alright. Now it's time to initiate the quest tracker. Our quest dialogue window tab. Okay. My brand new curtains ruined. Oh my god, that's funny. That's terrible. May the divines bless you in your passage to the afterlife. Honey, okay, wait a second. Honey, we have more to worry about now than some curtains. Jenkins. Hello, I'm glad you made it. May the divines. Okay, repeating. Yeah, okay, cool. That's funny. I like add a little bit of lightheartedness to what appears to be a grave situation. Look at all the dead bodies. Holy crap. Undertaker. Ooh, I like this. This is very well done. There's lots of atmosphere and mood here. Ooh, and you use the cleric companion. I like it. And she's like blessing the dead. Oh, this is very well done. Mourning commoner. Ooh, I like it. Ooh, I like it. Alien Stoutheart. I think that's how you pronounce that. Alien Stoutheart. Although Alien sounds like a male's name, and that's the same. Okay, now that I would change. Alright. Literally, the author has used the exact same NPC, the player companion, the cleric companion. So I mean, it's kind of like it's super obvious, at least to me. You know, that's the exact same NPC there as it is here. It's like I think the only thing that's changed is the outfit. Yeah. But see the hair, the face, you know, they're all exactly the same. They're like clones of each other. I would change that. You know, that's personal preference. It kind of takes away from it, you know. Alright, talk with Captain of the Guard. Okay. He's... Woo! This is just like my quest. I like this. You kind of come in and you start with like a scene and you get a feeling for for the atmosphere of what's going on through all the NPC dialogues and interactions. I love this. It's very much like a... Oh, I mean, of course I would love it. This is like something I did, but I like it because it gives a feeling of like a murder mystery, you know, like Clue, like a who did it, you know, except instead of who did it, it's more like what happened. But I really like it. Let's just talk to Alien Stoutheart. Although again, Alien Stoutheart sounds like a male's name. I'd almost want to see like a male Doom guide here. Alright. Or just, you know, slightly change the name. And Stoutheart, you know, that makes me think of more of like a dwarf, not so much a human. There's a really great tool for Dungeons and Dragons. It's a name generator. I use that thing constantly. It allows you to socket in the race of the character, the gender, and class, and a whole bunch of other things. And then it actually generates a name for you that sounds very accurate. She looks up at you briefly before continuing what she was doing, talking as she works. I like it, it works. I'm sorry, but I don't have any time now. Yeah, that's awkward. I'd reword it and say, I'm sorry, but I don't have time now. Or, I don't have time right now. I don't have time. I don't have the time. Or is any time one word? I don't know, this is just, I'd revisit this. Again, you know, like, I'm more than willing to try and be helpful. If the author wants to send me a copy of their dialogue, I'd you know, go through it and kind of just rephrase some of this. I must tend to the sick and dying in case they were infected. We don't want them turning into undead and attacking us in the only safe place we have left in this district. Well, this is interesting. This is kind of coming from the trying to speak too fast. Let me drink some tea and give me a second. Oh, sometimes my mind goes faster than my lips can say. What I was going to say is, this is interesting. This is coming from the perspective of zombies or undead are actually caused from infection, which is kind of more of a common, you know, zombie genre, like film genre type of concept, where, for the most part, the feeling that I've gotten from Dungeons and Dragons is not that zombies or undead are that way because of an infection or a plague or a virus, but more because it's like an unholy, you know, unnatural kind of like they've been possessed by, you know, like demons, or they've been, you know, like their souls have been removed, but their bodies have been reanimated through magic, you know, that kind of thing. But I mean, you know, you can do whatever you want. This is user-generated content. If you have any questions, please see the guard captain. Okay. But I do like how this is kind of setting up the mood for the story. I think having interactable NPCs that you don't have to interact with, but are there if you want to, are a good device for the story. Man, that guy's belt is weird. It's just set up in just a way that because of his animation, or whatever you're going to call it, his hand is like going through his belt. That is so weird. Alright, move on. Nobleman, noblewoman, nobleman, commoner. I like the naming. It's, you know, it's descriptive and yet generic, which, you know, I like. Fulmane Dawn Tracker. Yeah, so that's a pretty good paladin name. I like it. Injured craftsman. Yeah, that works. Peasant, peasant, peasant. Oh, I wish this stupid fucking thing would just die. I hate that pop-out. Commoner. As soon as I talk to him, it's going to pop out again. And he's repeating, hello, I'm happy, or I'm glad you made it. I like it. Not a bad outfit. Although I'm kind of curious, I mean, why does he have the spider headpiece? Isn't that, like, for, drow? I mean, and aren't drow, like, evil? I'd revisit that. Give him a different helmet, or no helmet at all. Alright, let's talk to the commoner. Let's see what he has to say. He looks like he's suffering, but you cannot see any wounds on this man. Yeah, see, the dialogue's, you know, like the author said, his grammar is not amazing. So it's kind of clunky. He looks like when I say clunky, I mean like it's not like poetically written, you know, like it doesn't have a graceful like progression to it. But you know, that's no big deal. He looks like he's suffering. You cannot see any wounds. Yes, I don't know this, but I don't know. You kind of don't need the but, and you cannot see any doesn't really flow. I get what you're trying to say. You don't see any wounds on him, but I think it would sound better if it was like he looks like he's suffering, or this man looks like he's suffering. you're unable to see any wounds. This man looks like he's suffering, but there's not a wound in sight. But I don't know, I would revisit that. I've lost everything. They came in the night when everyone was sleeping. I got trapped under some debris, so all I could do was watch as they slaughtered my child and left my wife dying on the floor and set my house. There's too many ands. Like, if you're gonna do like multiple things, it's just I got trapped under some debris, so all I could do was watch as they slaughtered my child, comma, left my wife dying. Wait, no, and is good there. They slaughtered my child and left my wife dying on the floor, comma, set fire to my house as they left. Yeah, I don't know, see this, comma, and, I don't know, there's too many ands here. Like, this could be reworded so it flows better. I couldn't free myself until after having watched my wife die in agony. I don't know, this part right here. Until after having watched. It doesn't flow very well. It's kind of like two different styles. It's like until after is very, it's like specific, but then having watched is more of kind of like I don't know, less specific. My wife die in agony as the flames slowly engulfed her. But you know what I mean? I like this story. I like what it's saying. You see a tear form on his cheek. Well, tears don't form on the cheek. You know, they form in the tear duct. So you wouldn't say you see a tear form on his cheek. You could say you see a tear run down his cheek. So I would revisit that. But I do kind of I do find the style that this is written in interesting. This kind of like descriptive. I like it that it's been, and it's consistent. I like to point that out too. The OOC, you know, the kind of like narration from the Dungeon Master, it's very consistent. Like, this makes it seem like the Dungeon Master is narrating what's happening, which, I mean, I kind of like consistency. I can see it now. At the end of the street to your right, my whole life has gone up in flames. Everyone I ever cared for, gone. That's pretty. I like it. Please leave me here to mourn. Yeah, I like this. This totally, like, not to, I don't know, not trying to sound like a douche or anything, but I get a kick out of this because this is like, I'm getting the same feeling that I get when I was writing my my quest for heroic adventures. This like setup here is really cool. I like it. This is exactly how I choose to do it. Recruit, and I like this ad. Although, you know what? I would give these guys what do you call it? Emotes, or, you know, animations, so that they're not just all standing here exactly the same. And the way you can do that is you can actually split up the groups. Like, say this is one encounter group of guards, and this is one encounter group of guards. Well, what you can do is you can give this one encounter group of guards one animation, give this group of encounter guards another animation, and then actually go in and split them in half and move half of these guys over here and half of these guys over there. You know, so that basically it still looks like there's two individual units, but they're actually comprised of half of this one and half of that one mixed together. So then they'll split their animations across, so it won't be like all of these guys are doing one animation and all of these guys are doing another animation. It'll be like some of these guys are doing one animation, but they're also doing a different one, and then vice versa. Some of these are doing the same as some of those, but some of them are also doing differently. I don't know. It adds to the atmosphere, I think. It's a good way of like camouflaging the fact that the way the Foundry works and its mechanics. Alright, I like this. And I like that it's smoky and cloudy, but at the same time it's still clear. It's not too much. I like it. Let's see. Barricade 01. Well, that needs to be renamed. Like, oh, I can't move to it. Basically, you need to come in and name this barricade, you know, like, even if you just name it Barricade, but without renaming it, it has the default name of Barricade 01, which comes from the Foundry details list. Alright, let's see if I can destroy it without talking to the guy. Yeah, I can. Holy shit. And then there's a wave of... Oh, this is good. I didn't do this in mine. I found it too difficult, but I really like this. My problem was, after the combat was over, the guard NPCs wouldn't properly return to their place because the map was... I don't know, it had too many variations in terrain height. Oh, but that worked really well. Your NPCs went back to where they're supposed to go. That's awesome. Good job. That has a great feeling to it. I love that. Oh, that was awesome. That was a really good event. Kudos to you. Alright, press B to talk to Guard Captain Jenkins. Oh god. Jenkins is forever, sullied. I'll always think of Leroy Jenkins from World of Warcraft. The Guard Captain is showing great relief at your arrival. Yeah, see, this is poorly written. Is showing. That's not really a thing. It would either be the Guard Captain shows great relief at your arrival, or you could write it, the Guard Captain appears greatly relieved at your arrival. Yeah. Hello, Gothry. Good use of the nickname. Hello, Gothry. Although, how does he know who I am? That's, So I wouldn't say good use of the nickname. I like that you tried to use the nickname, but without some sort of introduction first, or without him implying that he's heard of me and he thinks he knows who I am. Just starting off the conversation. Hello, Gothry. I'm glad that you made it. We are in dire need of help. I don't like that. What is the matter? We have a serious problem with the undead. They seem to be pouring out of the sewers, although reinforcements are en route. I like that word, en route. I fear they won't get here in time. Yeah, I like it. This one's well written. What do I need to do? See, I don't know, I would get rid of the what do I need to do and say what can I do? That goes back to my motivation as the player. I'm showing up trying to lend aid. So I wouldn't say to him, because I wasn't ordered here, so I wouldn't say to him, what do I need to do? I would ask him, what can I do to help? That kind of, that puts me in more of I don't know, almost like a helpless, I'm trying to help situation. That barrier won't hold forever anyways. Yeah, see, anyways you could lose anyways. And just have it, that barrier won't hold forever, comma. Might as well destroy it when you're ready and fight your way through the streets to the sewers. Find out what is summoning all these undead. Yeah. I don't want to keep sounding like a broken record and trying to point out all the things I think are wrong, because then it doesn't come off as constructively, being helpful. But there are a lot of things that need to be visited in the dialogue. So I'm just going to kind of move on and just play the quest. I can't spare any men to help you since I have to hold this position and protect the civilians. So until reinforcements arrive, I'm afraid you're on your own. Alright, I'll get right on that. Do I get any reward for all this trouble? Yeah, see, this goes back to the motivation of the player. So if you're going to give me multiple options, then you have to kind of write that into your dialogue. So it's you can't force the responses to be, well, I mean you can, but I'm just as a suggestion to make all the dialogue flow together. If you're having a tree and you have it split off, so oh, the player is neutral, and then the player can kind of go to a selfish, self-serving, type of thing, which would be like this. Or you could go to a good or a neutral good character, that wants to be helpful but is, kind of hesitant. That's kind of what I'm getting here. Alright, I'll get right on that. Let's see how that works. Okay, so I already did it. Yeah, and again, because you might want to make it so that you have a barricade here and it can't be interacted with. You can't do anything with it. And then have it set up so that once I finish the dialogue, that barricade gets replaced with an interactable barricade that I can interact with and remove. Because when I came up here and I removed it before I talked to the guy, I killed them, and then in his conversation he's like, oh, well, you can interact with that barricade if you want to. Well, it's like, I already did that, so that makes his dialogue outdated. But if you want that progression to work that way, then just force it so that I can't interact with it until I do his dialogue. That's another thing. You can try to plan which direction the player, will take on your quest, but you can't force it unless you set it up in a way that you do force it. So it's kind of like, if you leave it open-ended so the player can do whatever they want to, it makes writing your dialogue harder, because trying to make it so that dialogue can be read before an event or after an event and still makes sense, it's much more complicated. Alright, fight your way to the sewers. I like this progression. I mean, this is, it's simplistic in the sense that it's not really diluted with like all kinds of like overarching, like, oh, and by the way, there's a magical wizard, and by the way, there's also this other thing, and there's this other thing, and it's kind of hard to, at least for me, I find it kind of hard to keep to a simpler story, which sometimes tends to be better when you're playing it. So this is a good example of, straightforward. This is what you're supposed to do. Now that's not to say that it's not still open for more story and more depth, but it's a good way of not flooding the player with too much backstory before the quest begins. I really find that difficult to do. So kudos for that. That's a good skill set in its own. Yeah, I like this. I mean, so far this isn't hard. Of course, I've just entered into it, so let's see. And it might be that because I'm a guardian fighter, being able to kind of lessen my damage a little bit might give me a benefit. Although, to be honest, I'm kind of like not super happy with this class. It's kind of clunky. Fight your way to the sewers. Okay, so I'm still fighting my way to the sewers. Hold on. And if, just a critique on your writing style, or I wouldn't even say your writing style, just a critique on the author's choice of story. I got the feeling that from the infected comment. Give me a second, drink some tea. I got a feeling from the one cleric's comment about infection or whatever, causing the undead, that's kind of the style of undead that the author's going for. Well, if that's the style that the author's going for, I don't think I would use skeletons, because they have no flesh. Literally, they're skeletons. So the only way they'd possibly be able to be reanimated is if it's some sort of magical reanimation. And I'd like to see a little bit of variation in outfits. Like literally looking out and seeing a sea of green skeletons is, it takes away from the fun. Get out of the red. I should have killed that one before I moved on. Now I'm going to be hit from all sides. Jeez. Alright, there we go. Trying to get combat advantage using the dire wolf is a fucking pain in the ass. The wolf wants to keep knocking the NPC past me. Like that. It's like, oh, fuck you. Yeah, I'd say this is hard, but it's not, like, impossible. Unless I get farther along and there's, like, even more encounters stacked. Alright, heal up. See how long this takes. For some reason, these portable altars seem to take forever to fucking heal. Ooh, I wonder what the statue of Neverember says. I like the atmosphere of the map. It's got a good feel to it. As I'm progressing and seeing more, you know, it's consistent. Although, like, you know, sitting here looking, there's a few things I'd like to point out. I'm not a big fan of putting giant burning piles of things inside living grass. It's kind of like, it just looks weird, looks unnatural. You know, grass wouldn't still be green and thriving, so I would move those out into spaces that are open. And when I see things like this, like the burning wagon, I mean, there's absolutely nothing underneath it. I would like to see like some scorched earth or just like a pile of rubble or something that makes it kind of, you know, appear like this is falling apart as it's been burning, not just a wagon like perfectly sitting there with just fire. You know, like, I mean, that one kind of works because it's kind of collapsed into itself, but this one looks awkward. I think it needs something underneath it. And same thing with this, you know, it's just like that one over there. I would move it out because it just looks awkward sitting in the middle of a bunch of perfectly green, healthy, unaffected vegetation. Alright, fully healed, let's interact with the statue. You gaze upon this statue and think to yourself, what the hell am I doing gazing at a statue when there are zombies to kill? Eh, you know, it's an effort at humor, it's not bad. Although, I mean, you know, this is just like my personal opinion, but I tend to prefer either the story be lighthearted and comical, or it be, I don't know, a little serious. Like, if you're going to set up a really serious scene, which is kind of like, you know, what zombie invasion is in that sense, I don't know, I think it takes a little more work to sock it in humor at that point. Alright. Yeah, see, so far I'm not seeing any zombies. I'm seeing skeletons. And a raid. Although I do love the use of skirmisher minions. They're not super difficult, and when you get to kill a bunch of things, it feels a little more epic. I like it. Yeah, see, like, here. See how this has, like, ash and stuff underneath it? So it looks like this is actually, like, deteriorated into that. That looks better, you know? That's a good use of this asset. But that being said, like these over here, like that one works too because it has ash and stuff built into it. But this one, I don't know, it just doesn't look right. There's nothing beneath it. It's just like perfectly fine sitting there just burning away. Like this, same thing here. That table burning there amongst, you know, perfectly green flowers and grass just looks out of place. Holy crap. Those are a lot of guys. And they're fucking difficult guys too. They're all soldiers with archers backing them up. Holy crap. Yeah, this is definitely not for one fucking player. Oh, I really need to ignore these guys and go take out these fucking archers. Holy shit, and there's more. Holy crap, I am not going to be able to do this. Retreat! Retreat! Block. Alright. Great, now my skills are freezing up. Shit. Why is that happening? Pop potion. Fuck me. Fuck me. Alright. Pop another potion. Holy crap, that was a really hard fight for a solo fucking player. I'm surprised I didn't get killed. Man, and I wanted to fucking Try and use up these lower potions I had too. Any more fights like that and I'm gonna have to switch to a larger potion. Alright. I'm going to chastise all the freaking authors asking me, a solo player, to play their content when it's like, oh yeah, I know you're a single player, but you should review my quest that's made for 2 groups. It's like, fuck, what? Holy crap, it got smoky in here. Holy shit. What is that audio effect? Alright. I feel like I'm lost now. Let's see. Yeah, hopefully I can... This'll... Hopefully looking at this, it'll go and turn back around and I can get to my destination. I feel like I didn't miss something. Man, I like it though. I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, when you want to, like, instill a sense of chaos and you know, maybe a little bit of fear and oh, what's the word I'm looking for? Not discouraged, not dissolution. Fuck me. I swear to God, trying to narrate at the same time, like, think of good vocabulary words is definitely not first nature for me. Disoriented, there you go. When you're trying to, like, give a sense of disorientation, you know, or like, you know, what's going on, that was a really good way to do it. I like that. Oh great, and there's 2 battle rates. Man, yeah, see, these are... Let's take out these fuckers first. You can see. Oh. Yeah, Great Weapon Fighter is my, like, default play style. Like, so trying to play other classes, it's kind of like I keep falling back to that kind of, like, run around, aggro everything, and hack and slash it. It doesn't make it super easy. Alright, let's try and take these fuckers on. I swear to God, this guy has this, like, class has so many fucking options of what you can do every second that you're fighting. It's a little bit overwhelming. I kind of prefer a little simpler class. Like being like, oh yeah, you can weaken them by shield slamming them, and then you can attack them with your guard up, and you can also, like, raise your blocking by shield slamming them while you're guarding, and then you can drop that to use your encounter skills, of which you have, you know, 3, and one of those 3 can actually be triggered 3 times. It's like, holy fucking shit, how much stuff are you guys gonna try and make me do? This is an action game. I'm actually playing with a 360 controller, so it's like, no, just give me 6 attacks. That's more than enough. It's like micromanaging my, what is it called? Not consciousness, but my ability to actually pay attention. Okay, there we go. Ah, fuck me. And I've actually set up my controller using Xpattern, which is a program that allows you to program key bindings for controllers of different types. It doesn't work perfectly 100% of the time. So sometimes key binding will kind of like stop responding. So like say I'm able to do QU, or what is it? WSQE is what I use for movement. You know, say I'm able to move 360, and then all of a sudden I can't move right. It's like E cut out, and I have to like kind of wait for it to reset. So it's a little annoying sometimes. But luckily it doesn't happen all the time. It's kind of rare. Holy crap! Holy crap! Look at all of them, and they're all fucking soldiers, except for the skeletons. Holy crap! This fight's gonna kill me. I can see it now. Oh my god, they're all spread out and shit too. I find it hard to like focus on one specific target when they're all like the same difficulty basically. Fuck me. Alright. Oh, and I can't take a potion while I'm blocking. God damn it. That's one thing I like about the Great Weapon Fighter. You can do all of your skills all of the time. You can be attacking and still take a potion and like all kinds of shit. Fuck me. Even more added. Holy shit. Well, this is definitely giving me a sense of epicness, I'll give you that. Oh, fuck me. This is testing my penchant for paying attention. Oh, fuck, I'm gonna die. Fuck. Fuck me. Come on, fucking potion recharge. Ah, fuck. Yeah, that was too much. Fuck me. I swear to God, if another author tries to, like, get me to play their content that's made for, like, a full group, and I'm a single player, I'm going to ignore them and tell them no. Although, honestly, if I was on my main, I probably wouldn't be having as much trouble as I am. I'm more comfortable with the class, and it's kind of perfect for, I get a kick out of this. This is like a bitmap image, or, you know, I don't know what you want to call it. Basically, it's the texture that's overlaid. You know, not the author, but the artist, you know, that makes the texture. Basically, makes usually a square, you know, texture, and then that gets overlaid over things. You can actually see where that's been combined with another one. They tried to make a line that, when combined, flows across, but you can honestly see, like right here. I get a kick out of stuff like that. Or you can see the map is connected. Right, if I die, I don't know, I'll give it 2 more times. If I die 2 more times, I'm going to drop this and try it on my Great Weapon Fighter. Holy fucking shit, look at them all. Did all of them respawn? Are you fucking serious? Oh my god. Fuck me. Just like, I can't decide what to fucking attack. It's just like, where do I focus? Oh, fuck me. Okay, block. And I hate that I charge forward to fucking attack things. It makes it super easy for shit to get behind me. Oh, stop it, fucker. I'm trying to attack this guy. Oh, I need to block. Fuck me. Okay, I'm just gonna block and let fucking skills recharge. Fuck me. Why is it stop blocking? Oh, my block's out. Okay. Fuck me. This is too difficult. Yeah, fuck me. Alright. I'm gonna end the video here, log out, try it on my Great Weapon Fighter, and see if I can get through this. If I can't get through my speaking too fast again. If I can't get through it on my Great Weapon Fighter, I'm just gonna have to call it and say, I can't do this by myself. I thought this would be fun to show. I aggroed the group, brought them all the way back to where the giant group of NPC guards were. Getting a little bit of help. Because after all, I did say if I died 2 more times, then I would quit and try it on my main. I only died 2 times so far, so 1 more time and then I'll give up. I went back to get my loot and I re-aggroed everything, so I thought, fuck me, what am I gonna do? Because once you aggro shit, you can't lose aggro when you're in a small map like this. They keep chasing you indefinitely. So I got all the way back here and got a little bit of help from the NPC guards. Although honestly, like, other than the fact that I'm trying to keep my word and do a video review for the author, that wouldn't be a fun thing. Literally, for like, I mean, so why would anyone without a group play this? Well, they wouldn't. So it's kind of like I really shouldn't be playing this because I'm by myself. So I mean, I would never pick this quest to play as a single player. And it's kind of like, even though I'm doing a video review for someone else, it's kind of, you know, fun getting something out of it. So that's why I kind of want to do it on my alt, because you know, on my main I'm max level and I no longer get anything except loot. And honestly, the loot's crap. You know, when you're using that as your only reason to do it. I don't know, man. That's a lot of guys. There's a lot of stacked encounters, and I'm fucking solo. This is like not for solo. This is definitely for a group. Fuck me. Alright, that's it. Going to my main. Alright, I'm basically back to where I was before. Let's see how this shit works out. I'm on my main. I'm kind of getting slammed though. Even on my main, this is like ridiculously overstacked for a single player. Although at least I feel a little more comfortable. This is kind of like my main, so I'm a little more comfortable with this. Well, you can see I'm still getting completely owned. And as far as I'm concerned, the Great Weapon Fighter is kind of the best class for solo gameplay content. AoE, like, tanky DPS is kind of fucking hard to beat. Probably should switch my companion from my wolf over to the cleric. A little bit extra healing. That's a little bit epic. Fucking epic. Alright. Let's swap companion. Seriously, like, I'm kind of pissed that they're taking so long to give us the companion tomes. Okay, enter the sewers. Okay. Oh, there's the sewer. Okay, but let's talk to the Neverwinter guard first and see what he has to say. As soon as the reinforcements arrived, Guard Captain Jenkins sent us to see if we could be of any assistance. Since it seems you have everything under control here, why don't you press on down into the sewers? We'll guard this area and have some men look to see if there are any other survivors here. Good luck. Okay. One thing after replaying through this again, I wanted to point out that literally, like, as many mobs as there are, like as many encounter enemies, having them literally all be the exact same skin is super boring. Like, it would be much cooler if the author would go in and make, like, say, I don't know, like maybe 4 custom costumes for each class. You know, so like 4 custom archer costumes, and like for the wraiths maybe like 3 custom costumes, and then for the soldiers like maybe 3 custom costumes, and then literally just go in and swap out, you know, like odd numbers within encounter groups. So like, say you use an encounter of 5 archers. We'll go in and swap out 3 of those archers with, you know, custom outfits, and then the next group go in and swap in, you know, 3, and so, like, you know, just you kind of get just a little bit of diversity, so it's not literally like a sea of the same NPCs. Like, in my opinion, it's okay if, like, there's some consistency, you know, if like literally like 3 groups have the same like 4 different costumes. It's like, well, you know, that's better than like all of them being exactly the same. Of course, in a perfect world, it'd be awesome if every single one of them was different. But, you know, that's a bit unrealistic. Oh, this quest is pretty difficult. It's kind of killing me. Take a minute, drink some tea.
By the grace of the gods.
I like the cockroaches. Good addition. Adds to the, you know, sewer vibe. Dying old lady. Okay, let's talk to the dying old lady. An old lady is lying against the wall with multiple wounds. She doesn't look like she will survive. Okay, so this is no longer consistent. This is written in the way that it's like the Dungeon Master's narration, but now it's yellow instead of blue. So I'm not sure why it's yellow. I was looking for something in the sewers when, cough, I saw a crystal with a large swirling portal above it. I watched as undead poured out of it, cough. I tried to help, but I was too late. They got me, and now I'm waiting here for the gods to take me, cough. Destroy that crystal, cough, before it's too late, cough. No sooner did, yeah, see, now it's back to blue again. No sooner did the old lady finish her sentence than she succumbed to her wounds and died. Aw. And now she's interactable. Old lady's body. Press B to bless her body for the afterlife. Lose the body. Just press B to bless her for the afterlife. That's cool though, I like that. That's a good little addition. That's fun. It's very RP friendly. Old lady's body. I like that. That's a neat little event. Now we've got spiders. Wait, I can't attack them. Oh, that's interesting. I'm not used to that. I like it. It's a nice little addition. Just some NPC spiders. Holy shit. Here come the stacks again. Yeah, man, I don't know, the sound's a little weird. I'm not quite sure why it's doing that. I don't know if it's on my end or if it's on the game's end. But there's like tons of audio that would usually be going off because of all the skills and stuff I'm triggering. Search the sewers for the source of the undead and destroy it. You know what? Fuck me. I don't even know how long this quest is. I hope this isn't going to be like a 2-hour quest. With it being as difficult as it is, 2 hours of difficulty like this would suck. 27 minutes. That's not too bad. Alright. I'll press on. Should disappear. Disappear. I got it set to go way faster than that. Come on. Fade. God damn it. There it goes. Zombie Hulk. Yeah, see, now I'm getting into like zombies, like the undead. Oh, there's been a lot of fucking skeletons. Although, I mean, you know, this is not a bad quest. It's kind of a straightforward hack and slash with a little bit of story, you know, to go along with the hack and slash, which I like. It works. But there's not really much for me to like narrate at that point. It's kind of like, other than just being like, okay, you know, look at the zone, get a vibe for it. This works. I mean, it's a pretty clean sewer in some respects. I'm not really sure why there are like people living down here or what that's supposed to be about. I don't know, there's some stuff that kind of like isn't super clear in its narrative. Although I do like the little spiders, that's neat, and I have little NPC spiders. Look at them all. Fuck me. I think this is gonna be the last group quest I ever play. I mean, I'm not a group player, I'm a solo player. So, like, this is just ridiculous for me. I mean, I can kill them, but it's kind of like I'm just like constantly like kill, 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 move, kill, kill, kill. It's very repetitive in that sense. Like when you're a group, you know, you go through this stuff pretty quickly. When you're by yourself, you know, it takes longer. It's like the progression or the flow of a quest for a solo player is very different from the flow for a group. Even like taking the difficulty out of it. You know, like what would keep a group entertained tends to drag on and be boring for a solo player. You kind of have to have more like interesting things, and it's for a solo player. Don't just leave us here. Commoner. Okay, well these are in cages and she's not, so I'm assuming the cage, yep, there you go. You have to come in and fix that cage, lower it down the same plane as the rest of them. You know, the Y coordinate. But it's neat. Maybe they'll give me some story. Get us out of here, please. Where's the key? What will you give me for... that's good. Where's the key? I'm not sure, but can't you just break the lock with your weapon or something? Examine the lock. The lock seems too sturdy to be broken by anything in your inventory, and you don't have the skill to pick it. I like it. This is a good little, you know, RP tie-in. Although honestly, I think with my axe, I'm pretty sure I could break that lock. I've been able to like cleave the skulls of giant armored foes, so I'm sorry, but it seems there is nothing I can do. I'll let one of the guards know that you're down here, and they'll come and get you. Alright, but please hurry. I don't want another group of zombies to come by while we're trapped here. Leave the poor souls to find some help. Yes, I would like to have had them give me like a little bit of an explanation of why they're here. I mean, zombies are either mindless creatures that, you know, just want to eat flesh or, you know, that kind of thing, or they're being controlled by a greater power, at which point, you know, like zombies wouldn't put people in cages unless they were being controlled by something. I'd like some story. You know, a little more explanation of what's going on with the guys down here. Like I totally could say that, you know, zombies pouring out of the sewers would be a valid quest, you know, like that could be valid lore or story, whatever you call it. It could make sense. But then to throw in humans and stuff, like there's little camps and shit down here, I don't think zombies would have camps. I mean, they just don't have that level of consciousness. And, you know, why are there humans in cages and stuff like that? That needs to be better explained for my taste. You know, I mean, I kind of get it. You know, it's like maps can be very barren and generic, so you try to add in multiple things. But then adding in things like camps and campfires and stuff like this, that then implies that somebody was living down here. Well, then that means that unless you kind of explain how that fits in the story that you're writing, it seems out of place. So then it causes you to have to write in another facet of, you know, like backstory for your quest. Wait, is this the end? That was... what? Super treasure chest O2. Press B to interact. The what? A locked treasure chest. Do you wish to open it? Attempt to pick the lock. How did you get it to, like, flash and stuff? This is neat. You find with the lock... you fiddle with the lock, and when you hear a click, the lid opens wide. Nothing. You look behind you and realize it's a trap. It's a trap! Kill the newly spawned enemies. Well, that was interesting. I didn't even know that was like a thing in the Foundry. That's cool. Well, get out of the red circle. Although I could have done without this extra wave of bad guys. I'm already getting like burnt out on killing all of these fuckers. Look at, oh my god, look at all the fucking damage I'm taking. Holy shit. They must have thrown down a AoE and I didn't notice it. Sometimes that's the thing that sucks. The like red effect gets hidden. Fuck me. Oh, let's see if I can do this real quick before dying. Oh, there we go. On this specific class, or this specific character, I only have certain things bound to my controller. This is nuts for a single player. Fuck me. I mean, I can probably do it on this character, but it's a little more hassle than I'd like. The Great Weapon Fighter build that I'm running is totally OP for solo gameplay. Come on, do the fucking skills. Quit freezing out. Holy shit. I'm starting to get a headache. When my stress goes up, I start getting a headache. And just because this quest is not designed for solo players, I'm kind of stressing out a little bit. I might need to take a little short break and go smoke. Ugh. Like, trying to be unbiased, I could see how with, like, you know, a small group of friends, this would be fun. You know, this is a decently balanced group hack and slash with a little bit of story. That being said, that's kind of that's what it is. That's all that it is. And since I don't really like review group content, it's kind of hard for me to be constructive about what's good for a group. Like, I would say this isn't fun at all, but, you know, I mean, that's because I'm by myself playing it. There's not enough story for me, and the combat is just way too much. Like, it feels like I'm constantly fighting against groups, you know, and like, oh my god, look at all these fucking traps, see? Like, as a solo character, this just isn't fun. God, and I can't see the fucking animations. I'm getting caught on shit. Oh, this is pissing me off. Like, my camera is getting stuck in there because I'm trying to avoid all these fucking traps, just standing on them, and she's raising shit. Ugh. They said there. I just realized that he's doing this fucking AoE, but I couldn't tell because it's underneath the actual terrain. Great, and I just aggroed all that fucking shit. God damn it. Now I can, that one I can see. And that one I can see. See, but now to get out of that, I'm now jammed in the fucking corner where my camera's jammed up on, which I hate. Oh man, this is pissing me off more and more. Me. Is that an 8? Yeah, it is. God damn it, stop attacking that. Ugh. I mean, like, what? Why would an author want... Fuck me. I should have fucking used a potion. God damn it. Why would an author try and get a solo player to play their content that's designed for a group? I mean... It kind of pisses me off. Yeah, I think I need to take a smoke break. Alright. I shall return. Alright, I'm back. Hopefully less stressed. I was thinking about this, and I just kind of wanted to try and give some constructive, I guess you'd call it just my opinion, but one thing I kind of noticed about the Foundry tools, like the way that the Foundry actually functions, it's definitely not set up or optimized for making group quests, for making group content. That being said, that doesn't mean that you can't be imaginative and use the tools to make group content. But I think that a quest experience is going to have to be approached very differently than a single player quest is approached. You know, like the formatting and the style, the way it's done. One thing I would like to see when it comes to group content is the writing format or the writing style. Like, one big drawback to group content that I've seen from watching other videos is that the linear progression and the way that quest objectives are set up for the Foundry are set up for one person. So when you have a group of people, whoever interacts with the objective first can complete it, and that can leave the other group members out in the dark. They don't know what happened and what updated. So at that point, I think you're really going to need to rely on clickies, like invisible clickies that don't disappear, so anyone in the group can click on them and get some lore that way, like get the story that way. And also when like say Evie here, say she was an NPC and she has dialogue, you can either make it so that her dialogue is not the quest objective, so that her dialogue will stay there, you know, so all the group members can talk to her and get the dialogue. But then you're going to have to write the dialogue like it's not targeted directly towards the single person, but more towards a group of players. Or if you are going to do it so that talking to an NPC is the objective, so that when any of the people from the group, whichever one talks to her first, it's going to disappear, and then they're going to have to disperse the information to their group. So write it in a way, like as an example, I would say use like blue OOC to narrate what's going on to the single player. Have white text be like also additional, you know, like conversation interactions, but then say have another section that's like narrative in yellow that the dungeon master is telling the player that the player needs to tell their party. So like things like what would be a good example? Like your main objective, you know, like other than just having a real basic objective up here, you can elaborate on that objective in yellow text and have the player read that yellow text or tell their party what that yellow text said. So that way the player can still get extra story and all that only they see through the dialogue, but have like, you know, almost like highlighted, you know, like this is what's important that you need to tell your party members. But even then, you're almost relying on the player to tell their party, which depending on the player, they might not do it, or they might not have been paying attention. So then you've really increased the likelihood that people playing your content aren't going to know what's going on, because only one of them, and it might not always be the same person, it might be like me, and then the next time it could be my friend Joe, and then the next time it could be some girl Sally, like, you know, each one of them gets different chunks of the story. So it really makes it hard to make a good group quest at that point. So I think that's something to kind of really take into consideration. Maybe not have talk to NPCs as objectives, and instead have the objectives be like go to the camp, and then in the camp you can have multiple NPCs that give dialogue of what's going on, you know, and then maybe just outside of the camp have like interactable clickies that tell the story of what's going on in the area, like that kind of thing. Other than that, that's really the only positive, like, helpful, you know, ideas I could think of. You know, I'm a solo player, so I don't experience the game through multiple playing. Like, that doesn't sound right. I'm a solo player, so I don't experience the game from the perspective of a person that plays with friends. So, you know, I'm going to definitely make it a point to go in and edit my my thread on the official forums and state that I will never again play content that's designed for a group, because Well, I don't have a group. I'm a single player. So that kind of, right off the bat, skews my opinion of the content quite a bit. You know, it makes it hard for me to be subjective and give good, constructive feedback. You know, it basically just makes me bitch and complain about how this isn't designed for a solo player. It's like, well, duh, it's designed for a group. Well, then don't ask a solo player to play it. Get a group to play it. That's kind of like, I would love to do some group content, you know, as an author, to make my own. Because I've got lots of ideas of what I think would make for fun group content. But since I don't have any friends that play Neverwinter, and it seems like it's harder to get groups to test your content than it is to get a single player. Because, you know, the way I look at it is like, say there is a group of like, say, 3 guys that play Neverwinter together. Well, if you make Foundry content for one player, one of those 3 guys is more likely to play your single player content than the likelihood that all 3 of them will want to do Foundry content at the same time, you know? Oh, fuck me, now I'm blocked by something. Why the fuck can I get out of that? God damn it. I guess I can't run through the mobs. Yeah, see, this is just too hard for a single player. I mean, it's designed for a group. So trying to play through this by myself is just pissing me off. I'm starting to focus on how irritated I am. I'm not being able to just kind of look at how the quest is designed. It kind of makes me say to the author, you know, like, what were you expecting? I mean, like, maybe I haven't made it clear enough on the forums that I am a solo player. And I wouldn't even suggest, like, if I remember correctly, I think it made it a point to say in the quest overview that this could be done with a single character if you have good gear. And, you know, that's true. Like, I can probably complete this, but honestly, it's going to make me have such a miserable time that if I was the author of this specific quest, I would never suggest anyone to play it by themselves, because that's just going to make them give me bad ratings, because the quest isn't designed for a single player. And I mean, I look at it this way, like, I'm usually, from what I've seen other people's responses to content that's hard, this specific character that I'm playing, my main, I usually have a much easier time than most people do, because of the build that I'm running and because of the gear that I have. But this isn't fun for me. I mean, like, I'm having to go through a lot of potions. I'm kind of getting a headache because of all the, like, bullshit that I'm having to, like, try and avoid combat, so then my camera gets jammed in corners, and it's just not fun. I know the author's going to watch this video and be like, well, that's not cool. The guy basically spent the whole time complaining. It's like, well, sorry, I'm not trying to, but honestly, that's all I have to say at this point. I'll still try and make sure to... See, I don't know. I'll try. That's all I can say. I'll give it my best to point out the things that are cool, but you find nothing of use. See, what the fuck is this? There's a thing here, but it doesn't do anything. Alright. What I was going to say is, you know, I'll try to stay positive, but when you're getting stressed out and pissed off, it's hard to stay positive. Yeah, look at this. This needs to be moved. It's just like floating here. Does this have anything, or is it another non-interactable? Oh, well, see, that's a cute little event. Interact with it, and spiders come out of it. You know, I like it. Little events like that add to the atmosphere. You know, make it feel more like you're playing a Dungeons and Dragons adventure. I think that might be stuck in the ground. Garbage. Just some rotting bones. Okay. I don't know. That was kind of. I get a feeling that that's a skeleton, and it's supposed to be Like there's more to it. Like maybe raise it up on the y-axis so I can actually see more of it. But you really got to be careful. Like, and this is my opinion at least. Yes, so this is floating. This needs to be sunk down. When you add in stuff like this, that's just there to add like to the atmosphere. You really got to put a lot of thought into it. Does it actually add to the atmosphere? Like these bones. These don't really. I mean, they're just. It's just kind of frivolous. Like it doesn't add anything. Little events, like you know, when I interacted with this back here and spiders came running out. That's neat. You know, it actually did something. And they're skittish. I like that. That's cool. So they actually run from me. So that's kind of a fun little event. So now it makes me wonder what the fuck is this thing? Because I can't interact with it. It tells me nothing. And that's also floating above the water, so that needs to be moved if you want it to look good. Oh, drink some more tea. I got a splitting headache. This quest is frustrating the shit out of me. Alright, what's my motivation? Okay, I'm still searching for the undead, and this guy's running out here. Oh, he's killing the spiders. That's cute. I like that. Oh, fuck me. I'm kind of getting to that point where I need to take a break from Neverwinter. The choices that the developers have made are starting to piss me off. I've kind of gotten through the enjoyable part, and now I've gotten to the like frustration. Find nothing. You see, what does that do? Well, I mean, it doesn't do anything. At least it didn't do anything. It's just there to distract me. See, and I'm the kind of player that I like this kind of stuff. That's why I'm a solo player. Like, I get sucked into the game and like the story and the lore, what's going on. So I take the time to interact with all this stuff, and I take the time to read everything, and you know, actually play and get a feel for the story and enjoy it. That's how I enjoy it. It's locked, but I think I got a key. Find the key in the piles of rubble. You see, I did that, man. I literally clicked on every single one of these fucking piles of rubble. So if that is an event where basically the piles of rubble, I can't interact with them until after I click on this, that pisses me off. Because I've already clicked on all these fucking rubble piles. Find nothing. See, goddammit. I think this one's new. Yep. Alright, there's the key. Key to the back entrance of the sewers. I'm not sure how this is a back entrance. That doesn't really make sense. Oh yeah, I forget. I've gotten used to playing the Guardian Fighter. I forget I can sprint. Oh, I missed that. Sprinting is so awesome. Okay, you know what, like, I forget how to do it exactly, but there is basically a way so that you don't have to interact with this door twice. Like, you can literally set it up so you just put a door here. Actually, you know, I don't know if this is considered another room. Yeah, I think it is. I think when you actually create this, this is a room, and then it sockets to a hallway, and then you socket it to another room. Well, it'll automatically generate a door here. You can actually go into that door's properties and set it so that it only appears after you do an event. So by default, it's a closed, locked door, and once you do whatever the event is, then the door becomes unlocked. So then when you interact with it, it opens. So you don't have to like interact with it twice, because that's kind of redundant. Like having you interact with the door, like saying that you're unlocking it, and then having you interact with the door again so that you're saying that you're opening it, that's kind of redundant. Like in reality, you would just unlock the door and open it. It would be a fluid series of events. So what you can do is, instead of having that key actually be what opens it, you can still have the key there, but just have interacting with that trash pile be the event objective. Like have it be what unlocks the door, not actually the key itself. And the key is just there for lore. So then this is much smoother. You know, I just unlock the door and open it. One event. You know, one interaction. Okay, so I'm motivation, still looking for the source of the undead, and I'm going to destroy it. So I'm assuming this inverted portal is the source of the undead. And this is the boss room. Okay. Let's see if I get swamped with just endless fucking waves. Are they like supposedly falling out of that? See, I would actually not have that be down, but that's just my personal preference. Holy crap, here the more come. Yeah, see, this is just gonna be fucking annoying for a solo player to try and get through. Never again. Fuck me. At this point I'm getting a migraine. I'm actually sensitive to light and sound. It's starting to piss me off. Oh man, I'm having to go through my fucking stones, which are like full health regen. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to do this. Although man, I do love this fucking class so much more than I do with the other ones. I mean, all the fucking AoE and I can't move, all this shit's in the way blocking me. I'm gonna fucking die, god damn it. Oh, and of course I gotta start all the fuck the way back here. And it's an underground map, you know, it's inside so I can't use my mount. Yeah, see, this is like, why would you ask a solo player to play this? Maybe that's my fault. I guess I have to like explain in my post on the official forums that I am a solo player. Anytime I mention myself, like, I link it to my thread about my build for my main, this character I'm playing right now. In that thread, I talk about how, like, I'm a solo player and that's it. But I guess, like, not mentioning it specifically in all of my, you know, in my review thread, that it kind of gets lost. That's another thing. I'm the kind of person that, like, I tend to scour and organize things just by my natural nature. So usually if someone's talking to me on the official forums, I've looked at multiple instances of their, like, opinions. Like, I've looked at threads and stuff that they've said. I look at all their little signature and stuff like that, so I have an understanding of where they're coming from. Yeah, see, just, I mean, as an opinion, I would actually flip this, like, rotate it so that the cone is actually pointing up, and then the portal is opening down. I don't know, I think it would look better. It would look like then a portal is open and dropping guys, instead of, like, them jumping out of it kind of thing. Oh, fuck me. Alright. I'm not gonna talk, just pay attention to what I'm doing. See, with all the fucking animations and shit going off, it makes it really hard to see the AoE, you know, the red things, I forget what they call them. There's just too much shit going on for one player. Oh, this is just bullshit. Literally, I can't even pick out, like, what target to attack because they're just all piled up on top of each other. Fuck me, and I only have 2 stones left. I don't think I'm going to be able to beat any of this. Look at them all. They're just like fucking... God damn it. See, that's... No, this is bullshit. I can't do this as a single fucking player. I'm done. I'm not gonna die anymore and waste any more of my fucking health stones. Those things are expensive. Alright, well,
I am here.
sorry about